Bad Fanfiction show. Are you excited? Yeah. I said, are you excited? No. Not bad, not bad. So why don't we introduce ourselves? Take it away.
Well, who are you?
You're the one holding the mic, it's your turn.
It's gonna have to put up with. Hi everybody, my name's Jen, and I've been running the Bad Fanfiction event since the very first year of ConBravo, back when it was back in the tiny little Holiday Inn over in Oakville.
That hated the con.
Hey, their entire dealer's room was licensed. I had a great time.
Yo, Peanut Gallery, eyes up front. And a question I get a lot of the time, people will ask me, where do I find this stuff from? Honestly, it's just good old-fashioned Google and the internet. A lot of people will ask me if I write the stuff that I read, and actually I don't. I can't make this shit up, other people do it for me.
Hi, I'm Tom. I do a show on Channel Awesome called Weird Video Games. And keep it under your hat, but I have a secret alter ego. Yes, I am Peter Chimaera. I wrote Doom Replications of Evil. So anyway, and then John was a zombie. I don't really even know how to introduce myself. Those of you who have heard of me kind of know what to expect, and if you haven't heard of me, I can't possibly describe it. I write purposely bad fan fiction. A lot of people don't realize it's meant to be bad. It's pretty awesome.
So, do you want us to keep talking about ourselves, or
Yes.
do you want to get an eye? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know where that, I'm not even positive what orifice that noise came from. I do that sometimes. Well, since I'm holding the mic, I guess I'm obliged to start.
Start reading.
All right.
Read faster.
Gather round, children, and I'll start off with a little ditty I like to call Homestuck High. Okay, granted, Homestuck's kind of fish in a barrel, but this is solid gold. Guys. I know we're all really excited, but I want to read to you guys. It's story time! The spring fling was next week, and John didn't have a date. He really liked Rose, however. He had liked her since second grade when she bit his arm and broke his glasses and made him cry. He took his books out of his locker and seen Rose walking towards him. He got really nervous and began to sweet. Hi, Rose, he said blankly. What do you want, loser? She said coldly. I wanted to know if you wanted to go to the dance with me, John said. Okay, Rose said. But if someone hotter than you asks me, then I'm gonna go with them. That's okay, John said. That is my high school in a nutshell. Just then, the school's goth kid, Gamzee, came up to talk to him. I know, right? Hey, Rose, Gamzee said. I, totally love your hair. We'd look amazing together at the spring flarp next week. Yo, should come with me. I just asked her, you goth freak, John proclaimed loudly. Well, you're no god for Rose. Rose is a beauty like no other Rose could compare. I deserve to go with her more than you do. OMG, you guys, Rose described, looking from John to Hamzy. Why don't you both take me to the spring fling next week? We could be a threesome. Okay, John and Gamzee agreed in unicorns. On the weekend, Rose went shopping with Jake and Ferrari. to pick a dress. They got ready together at Jade's house. And of course, because this is bad fan fiction, the obligatory clothing description scene. Rose was wearing a mini-length leather tight dress which came up to her knees like one of those pencil skirts, and it hugged her small frame tightly. It had no straps, and it was held up by her boobie. It was bright green and showed off her clevers. Yeah, boobies is actually in italics here. She bought knee-high leather black boots that had riddles in them and were 4 inches off the ground with a pointy toe. She wore her hair up in a kind of messy bun with her hangs just below her eyebrows. She was wearing thick black eyeliner and bright red lipstick. She was also wearing a fake tan. Okay, I'm not educated on the physics of Homestucks, but like, how do they have tans? Are they like either albino or gray? How does, okay. I don't want anyone to actually answer that question, I'm sorry. I don't want to know. OMG, you look so hot, Rose. I totally wanna sex you. Again in italics. Jade said as she smacked Rose's ass. You look hot too, Dave. I bet Jade will want to sex you too. I think the name's got...
Yeah.
Rose described. Do you think so? She blushed. I'm a virgin though. Don't worry, he likes virgins, Ferrari said. Friska told me. Terrible. Oh my God, Frisk just slept with Dave, Jade ejaculated. Told you guys I can't make this shit up. Yeah, but he didn't like it because she wasn't a virgin, Ferrari conjured. Oh, okay, Jade countered. They all went to the party and everyone was there. Everyone danced with one another and the lights were flickering between all different colors. All the different cliques were dancing together and it was rally good. Dave ended up taking Jade early and Rose gave her a wink, but Vriska was jealousy. She wanted Dave for herself and didn't like them together. Rose, John said seriously, I think I'm in love with you. John, Rose declaration. I think I'm in lust with you too. Yay, they both said. Oh my God, you guys, Gamzee proclaims. Carcat just kill himself. Dun, dun, dun. And I will read more later. I'm gonna give you guys a cliffhanger and pass it over to my buddy.
Okay. I kind of like this one. I'm gonna read it. What's it called? Terminating Mario? Okay, let me say that again. Terminating Mario. The author is named Evil Mental Hamster. Terminator comes for Mario. I didn't both dragging it out. That's the description.
Terminator and Mario.
Mario fought off Pikachu and Luigi. He punched Pikachu on the nose and kicked Luigi in the bollocks.
I'm so sorry.
This is too easy, Mario exclaimed in a stereotypical Italian voice. The stage started to shake. What is that? Mario wondered. No, actually that is spelled right. Suddenly, the Terminator appeared on the stage. I will kill you, Terminator said in a drone German voice. Mamma mia, Mario crapped his pants. Terminator murdered Mario horribly. There was blood, guts, and a lot more descriptive language. I'll be back, Terminator said, as he always depicted to say, but there was no real reason for it. To end, in brackets, German accent.
Hey kids, do you like the Magic School Bus? Hey kids, do you want to read something? Show of hands, we want some audience participation going on here. I see Pikachu. Hey Pikachu, you want to read some stuff? Well, if you want to go for the obvious joke, sure.
Yes. Always go down.
Over here, darling. So what's your name?
My name is Malak.
That's really great. Do you want to read The Magic School Bus Uncensored?
Trick question.
Pretty much. Okay. So, would you like to read the chapter on celebrities or drugs? Okay, I think we're going for the obvious again. So, Miss Frizzle teaches the kids.
Oh no.
Start right here. The next day, the students waited for Miss Frizzle for 24 hours. The next day, when she finally showed up, she was wearing a long trench coat. "Good morning, class," she said. "Today we will be learning about the harms of drug abuse." That's not what Magic School Bus is about.
It's now.
She opened her trench coat to reveal dozens of needles and dozens of tiny packets of powder. Now,
You know those times when they were shrinking and going into space and stuff?
Now I will need a few volunteers to assist me. Carlos, you are going to come smoke some pot. Carlos. She gave Carlos a bong and lit it up for him. Now, guys, wait, the next line is the best. Now suck it up as much as you can and blow it out. Carlos did it. Guys. Dude, Carlos said, obviously high. I'm like totally gay. Why the fuck do you keep bringing this up? I already told you that I don't give a shit. It also has nothing to do with the lesson, said Miss Frizzle, so shut the fuck up. Smoke some more pot. Oh, guys. Oh, my God. I wish I could suck a big dick right now, said Carol. Hey, Ralphie, do you want to get your big Italian dick sucked? Is it just me, or is Carlos hitting on me? Wondered Ralphie aloud. I want you so bad, said Carlos. I've had a crush on you since the first day of school. I follow you to the bathroom every day, and I climb up the stalls to look at you while you pee. With that, Carlos took off all his clothes and leaned over Miss Frizzle's desk. Come on, Ralphie, you know you want to fuck me, said Carlos, so do it. Is it just me, or does Carlos want me to fuck him, wondered Ralphie. Okay, that's enough, said Miss Frizzle. The lesson on sex was 2 days ago. You should have fucked them then. Ralphie stopped wondering aloud, and Carlos, If I see that ass out one more time, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Now, said Miss Frizzle, to continue our lesson, Ralphie, you are going to take these LSD tablets. With that, she forced Ralphie's mouth open and shoved the LSD tablets in. Ralphie started singing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Ah. I don't know this song. Miss Frizzle was furious. You sound horrible, she screamed, slapping Ralphie across the face. Stop singing or you're going to have to leave the classroom. But Miss Frizzle, said Ralphie, just because your hair is on fire and you have lollipops for eyes doesn't mean you can tell me what to do. Besides, the pink elephants are forcing me to sing to the purple raccoons. If I stop, they'll shoot me with a gun that's shaped like a flower. With that, he looked at Carlos and shouted, candy, and started making out with him. Carlos was in heaven, and before they knew it, they were having wild sex. Afterwards, Miss Frizzle rolled her eyes and kicked them off each other. Okay, boys, it's quite enough, she said. Ralphie rubbed his head and wondered aloud, is it just me or did I have gay sex with a monkey made out of candy? Even better, said Carlos, you just had sex with a person made out of candy. Get it? The whole class was silent and just looked at him. You know, because I'm so sweet, Carlos said. Carlos!
Wait. Everybody together now. 1, 2, 3. Carlos!
Alright. Okay, that's quite enough, said Miss Frizzle. Ralphie, if you wonder aloud one more fucking time, I will tell those pink elephants to shoot you with their flower-shaped guns. And Carlos, since you took your ass out again when I told you not to, you're going to have to leave. Now, if your ass isn't completely covered tomorrow, you will be suspended for the rest of the year. With that, she kicked Carlos out of class and went up to Wanda.
Harsh.
Now, Wanda, said Miss Frizzle, taking a syringe out of one of her pockets, you're going to try heroin. She grabbed Wanda's arm. Wait, is Wanda the Asian one?
Yeah.
Okay. She grabbed Wanda's arm and poked her with her syringe. At that moment, Wanda's eyes grew extremely violent. Where's the rest of it, you bitch? She screamed, knocking Vera's desk over. Not answering Wanda, Miss Frizzle just said to the class, you see, Wanda has become a junkie and has become extremely violent because she's craving more heroin. Wanda jumped on Miss Frizzle's desk and started searching her drawers. I know you've hidden it somewhere, you psycho bitch, Wanda screamed. Not seeming to notice this, Miss Frizzle said, in 5 seconds, Wanda will experience withdrawal. The whole class started to count down. All right, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After those 5 seconds, Wanda indeed began to withdraw. She began shivering and vomiting uncontrollably until she finally dropped to the floor dead. Miss Frizzle turned to the class and said, well, class, that's drugs. This is gold. Yeah.
Come on, you are on the crack!
I think we all learned something today. Thank you so much. Thanks, darling.
I think that story could have used a what are we gonna do?
Get one into a hospital.
Do you guys want more Homestuck High? Let's find out what happened to whichever guy did the thing. Chapter 2. Everyone went to the hospital to see Carcat. He was in a coma. Everyone was crying. Even Dave was crying a little bit because he and Carcat were best friends. They did lots of things together. Author's note, no gay stuff though, that's gross. Bigotry, merely. And so he was upset Carcat would try and do this to himself. Is he gonna be alright? John inquisited the doctor. If it wasn't for you kids, he wouldn't be, the doctor said. So is he going to be okay? Dave wept. He will suffer amnesia and may never walk again. The doctor solemnly escalated loudly. John and Rose were waiting outside. Rose was very upset. She dated Carcat when she was younger, and she lost her virginity to him. He was her first love, and she never really got over him. Yeah, like, yeah. I can't believe he would do this. He's so emo, Rose moans. I am sorry, John proclaimed. John, said Rose seductively, can you take my mind off of it? John gulped. He knew what Rose wanted, but he wasn't sure he was ready for it yet. Rose was a sex goddess, and he was a geek who never got less than 100% perfect in any lessons. But he had no scores in the sex department. What? Can someone take me to this department? Just saying. Free all weekend. Rose, John pronounced. I do not think now is the right time. You want to wait? Rose raised her eyebrow. I want the first time to be pencil, John announced. Okay, Rose said moodily. 5 days later, Carcat woke up from his coma, and everyone came to pick him up. Dave was very happy his friend was awake and brought along Cheetos and Pepsi to celebrate. The girls had been to the beach, and so they were in their bikinis. Y'all ready for more clothing descriptions? Rose was wearing a leather tight-string thang bikini, which showed of her private areas, in which case it defeats the purpose of a bikini. While Jade wore a black, lacy one with a D over her left boob because she loved Dave.
Sounds like she's wearing like underwear, not.
He is suffering from severe head tremor, the doctor said shortly. He does not remember his name. Everyone gasped. You guys are on top of this. Thank you. No, Carcat, Dave discharged. Who is Carcat? My name is Tarvos, Carcat said questioningly. He can no longer walk either. He must go in a wheelchair, said Doctor. We do not know if he will recover. How could this happen? Gamzee shot. All he wanted was to be normal. They all left the hospital, and Carcat was rolling himself happily while everyone was crying that they had lost one of their best friends and school would no longer be the same. How were they supposed to hang around him with him now when he was in a wheelchair? To lighten the mood, they decided to go to McDonald's, and so all they went there and ordered burgers and chips and chicken nuggets for everyone to eat except Vriska, who ate the napkins instead. Maybe he's on a high fiber diet. Shh, don't ask. You don't want. Golly, I really like these chicken nuggets, Carcat happily said, because that's what you totally say when your friend just got out of a coma. Priorities.
What's the one in
You expect me to keep track of Homestuck characters? You people are silly. But, Dave began, do you know who I am? My name is Tarvos, not Carcat, Carcat exclaimed. He smashed the chicken nugget down on the table and squished it like a bug as he looked at the floor. He was angry. It was in all capitals, actually. That's how you know they're serious. Yay! Carcat said. Now Tarvos sang splendidly. These napkins taste like piss, Vriska snooted as he got them out. I used that one to Sleep myself, Jane whimpered. Okay, Vriska said, munching away.
What?
I missed it.
When did you go pee? Rose asked curiously. To be fair, girls do say shit like that to each other. Jade looked down at the floor while fiddling with his black lace panties. When you all weren't looking, I needed to take a pregnancy test. What? Everyone but Ferrari exclaimed because she was too cool. Dave, Jade began. I am pregnant. And yeah, this is like long.
We need to give up on that.
Sure.
Who would like to hear a brand new Peter Chimaera story? It is titled Babylon 13. Author's note. This story is a reimagining of Babylon 5 and takes place in a frather future, so it does okay to not supposed to be canon. Chapter 1. Jekri looked work. He was the prince of that planet Babylon, and he had to work. Commander Gorge Hakalar ran into the space deck and was out of breathing, and then said in a loudly shout, "Where has you been?" Jekri looked up at him and said, "You have run into here with a hurry." Gorge said, "Yes, I have come to you with a plan. It is from the galactic planets." Jekri looked up at him and said, "Okay, but what is the plan?" Gorge said, "I don't know, but it is a secret, but you must help me. It is for the good of the galactic planets." What? Just then, a TV said that the galactic planets were in danger, Just then a TV said that the galactic planets in danger were so much. Jekri talked to him back. "We have to hurry then because I do not want to see an entire planet to be put in Ham's way." They arrived at the bullet chute, which shoot them into space like a bullet. It was new technology that the Babylonians basked on the works of Jules Verne, but with railgun instead. "We should get into the bullet," they arrived. When they arrived, they went into the cargo bay of the planets, and they arrived. There were so many boxes. Before they went to the exit to the main planets, Jekri looked at a box. "We should check this box to see if it is anything suspicious," Jekri said, and he pointed at the box that he was looking at. Gorge said, "Okay, I will open it," and he opened it, and inside was a terrorist. "Oh no, it is something bad," Jekri said. "We need to run." The terrorist shooted a laser device, and it was shooting lasers all over the ship. They hurried to run away while the terrorist was shooting lasers all over the cargo bay. When they escaped, George sighed a relieving breath. But the terrorist found them, and it was a terrorist alien that was green with a lot of scales. "We don't mean you any harm," the terrorist said, "but I am a political activist, and I have to make the governments of the planets understand. Violence does not solve." Okay. Chapter 2. That night, they arrived at the planet of the plan, and Gorge set to put it into motion. "This is chemical power that will kill all of the evil Devilorkians. They are evil alien race," Jerky revealed to agree. "But we cannot wrong." "What is you grating about?" Jekri looked up at him and said, "It is not the way to genocide because Devilorkian have good people too and babies." Jeffrey looked up at him and said, "I cannot allow you to become the same evil as what they are. As what are they?" And they fighted a fist fight, and Gorge won by knocking Jeffrey Brain into the wall with a powerful fist punch. "Oh no, my friend!" And Gorge realized it was bad memory, and that Jeffrey was right to not kill the peoples, and decided not to do the plan. But the Galactics of Planets told Gorge he failed the mission, but he thought it okay because the universe would be safer, maybe. Gorge died of a heart attack while in prison, but the piece goes on. Chapter 3. Chapter 3. An Ewok eats a piece of broccoli. This is pretty good.
Ready for the magic school bus? Somebody want to come up here and read another chapter? This guy over here. Okay, wait. Rock, paper, scissors between orange shirt guy and really enthusiastic guy.
Alright.
Enter. One man leaves. Two men enter. One man leaves. Two men enter. One man leaves.
Rock, paper, scissors, go! Rock, paper, scissors, go!
You are reading Miss Frizzle teaching the class about celebrities.
You're really gonna like it. Like, I was so much fun about it.
The next day, the children waited for Miss Frizzle for 20 hours. Today, class, we're going to learn about one of the ways life can go seriously wrong, said Miss Frizzle at 4 a.m. When she finally showed up. And that way, children, is to become a celebrity. Becoming a celebrity is one of the stupidest things you can ever do. So for this lesson, I will have you all become certain celebrities, so you can see how horrible it is to be one. Wanda, you're gonna become Wanda Sykes. Ralphie, you're going to become Ralphie from A Christmas Story. Carlos, you're going to become Carlos Santana. Keisha, you're going to become Kesha. Keisha stood up and asked, "Why do I have to be Kesha?" "I don't know," said Miss Frizzle. "Name similarities, I guess." Oh, bad, bad, bad. "What?" snapped Miss Frizzle. "I don't want to become Kesha, Miss Frizzle," said Keisha. "You have to!" screamed Miss Frizzle. "But I don't look anything like Kesha," said Keisha. "Wanda doesn't look anything like Wanda Sykes. Ralphie doesn't look like anything like Ralphie from A Christmas Story. Carlos doesn't look anything like Carlos Santana. So what's your fucking point?" "But I don't like Kesha," said Keisha. "I don't care," said Miss Frizzle. "This doesn't have anything to do with pleasing you. You have to become Kesha." "But the only music that I like is Rebecca Black, Jenna Rose, and Devin Fox," said Keisha. "I said this doesn't have anything to do with pleasing you. You are being forced to become Kesha," said Miss Frizzle. At that moment, Miss Frizzle took out a bucket of bleach and poured it all over Keisha. Keisha was white and blonde, Miss Frizzle took out a bottle of whiskey and forced Keisha to drink it. After Keisha drank all that whiskey, she had become Kesha. Now sing TikTok, said Miss Frizzle. After Kesha sang TikTok, Miss Frizzle was furious. That was horrible, yelled Miss Frizzle. She hit Keisha/Kesha with a baseball bat and threw her out the window. Keisha/Kesha died. You see, class, explained Miss Frizzle, sometimes being a celebrity can literally kill you. So don't ever become one! That's it.
All right. I have something very special in mind. I believe that a certain gentleman from Rice Hat Samurai Studios is in the audience.
Yes, what I do.
Mark,
I do something terrible.
you're going to.
Here, do it.
No. It has to be my dear friend.
Do it.
All right, so this is, I'm not even gonna lie, it's Percy Jackson at a Minotaur. Draw your conclusions. I stop where it gets really bad, and after this we'll have a brief break. Take it away, Mark.
Oh, good God, this is terrible.
What have you done?
Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Is 2 times killing you not enough, Grown the Beauty? Here we go again, Percy Jackson and his rocking luck. Percy tried to reach for Riptide.
I believe in you. Hey guys, I think that Mark feels a bit shy and we should give him applause for encouragement.
Clap if you believe!
I got this, guys. Don't worry, I got this. Percy tried to reach for Riptide, but he stood no chance. The Minotaur grabbed him, holding him so he couldn't move his arms. Wide, fearful, sea-green eyes stared at the mighty beast. How was he supposed to fight the Minotaur without his sword, especially when he couldn't even move? He cooed to calm the little one in his hand. His beauty seemed obviously panicked, but he needed to get the boy separated from his weapon. He couldn't risk dying again, not this time. This time would make Percy Jackson his. This is still terrible. Young hero tried to free himself the whole way back down to the Minotaur's cave, and really, the mighty monster was relieved when they finally reached his home. The Minotaur held the boy down onto a bed and laid an iron collar around the boy's neck, chaining him to the bed. Exactly where he's going. Wide, sea-green eyes stared around the cave in wonder. From the hideout of the monster, it was homey. There was a couch and a television, even though he wondered if that thing even worked, and a table in it. And he sat right now on the probably biggest bed he had ever seen in his life. The Minotaur finally let go of him, and he scrambled back against the bed frame, mainly so he could take a closer look at the chain. No lock. It wasn't tied to the frame, it was part of the frame, and the key to the collar was just laid on the table on the far end of the... I can't talk to me, apparently.
It's okay, you're doing great. Right, guys?
was laid down on the table on the far end of the cave. To sum it up, he was butt naked in the enemy's territory, chained to a bed without any means of defense. And the enemy was one he had angered enough by killing him 2 times. That didn't sound like he would live through the night. Not that he really understood why he still was alive to begin with. The Minotaur could have ripped his head off at the beach or something like that. Why hadn't the beast killed him yet? And really? And why did the monster keep cooing like that? A big hand traced down his torso, enough to cover his whole body. The touch was, oddly enough, rather tender, stopping at his crotch and moving back up. A single digit lifted Percy's head and forced the teen to look up at the monster. Why don't you get this over with, he whispered, the half-blood desperately. Okay, so maybe he didn't have the will to fight anymore either. His mother and Paul were expecting a child, the start of their own normal family. No room for a monster-attracting stepson. His ex-girlfriend, Annabeth, had found comfort in Nico D'Angelo years ago, and she had disappeared thanks to Hera. And both had left to study abroad. His other friends, Jason had returned to Camp Jupiter, and his girlfriend, Raina, so the 2 praetors could keep their camp in line once the war had been won. Yeah, fair enough. Where was I? Clarice had left the camp to settle down with her boyfriend Chris, and after 2 wars, even daughter of Ares wasn't in the mood to battle anymore. And Leo and Piper had left camp to start their own card restorative business. None of his friends were at Camp Half-Blood anymore. Oh my god, this is so long-winded. Okay.
Let's do the juicy part.
The fun part.
Fine. We're gonna skip to the end of the paragraph because it's just more description. Oh god. He closed his eyes. If the Minotaur decided to end it now, so may it be. He closed his eyes in anticipation. Instead of death, though, there was only a somewhat wet sensation on his torso. Reluctantly opening his eyes again, he saw the Minotaur was kissing his stomach. What in the name of all the gods was going on now? No. That actually says that.
He's not kidding.
Says that on a piece of paper. Seriously. Percy's eyes widened more as the Minotaur pressed him down onto the surprisingly soft mattress with one hand and forced his legs apart with the other. The monster didn't plan on killing him. It wanted to fuck him. No, gasped the team in a real panic fit. The Minotaur growled in annoyance. His pretty vixen was trying to fight him off, but the boy wasn't allowed to fight him. He would claim the cute one now. Letting go with one hand, he tried to keep the teen's legs apart and hold the boy down with the other. Now he could finally get rid of his last piece of cloth, ripping his pants off his legs to free his erection that had been achingly hard ever since he had seen his pucker opening on the beach. I don't know. His cock wouldn't wait to force his way into this tightness. Think for a second. He took some rope from the bedstand and tied the teen's legs to the bed frame above the boy's head, lifting and parting those nice long legs enough so he had a pretty view again. A nervously pulsing pink enters. His cock gave a happy twitch at that. He was only seconds from taking and claiming his pretty vixen. It gets worse. No. Okay, so the boy's pace slowed down a bit, and he was able to understand the crazy chanting. He growled dangerously at his vixen. No is not an option. He would take his prey now, if the little thing wanted it or not. Starting now, This would be his and his alone. If the pretty thing decided to fight him, that would only lead to more pain for the vixen. But this vixen would turn into his personal bitch tonight, determined he positioned his cock at the inviting entrance. No, wait, please, whispered the teen, and pressed his hands against the broad chest. The big pleading sea green eyes looked at him from beneath his black bangs. His cock gave another twitch as he saw this wonderfully pleading look in those beautiful eyes. He had waited years. Maybe he could wait just a few seconds longer and listen to what his pretty thing had to say. With irritation and annoyance evident in eyes, he stared the little one down, making it clear the hero didn't have much time to say what he wanted, and that pain awaited him if this wasn't important. Percy gulped at that. There was no way he could get out of this. He was defenseless, vulnerable, and maybe even he knew that the way he laid there was more than inviting. Regardless of what others thought, he wasn't as stupid as he looked. Maybe he couldn't escape this, but there is still a possibility that he could at least make it as bearable as possible. The Minotaur's touch had been so tender, so maybe it was worth a try. Besides, there was nothing he could do to get. He could lose.
You can do it. Wait, I have a question. What are you doing? Yes. He's a Minotaur, right?
Yes.
What position are they in?
Have you actually thought of that?
Like, where is his thing?
I say the Minotaur's yes. Okay,
His
so
bone half the teeth in the
I'm gonna draw a diagram. Minotaurs are like, oh, beefcake up here, then they have like, what legs do they have?
yeah.
Centaur is like a horse. Minotaur is like a human.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
they-
No.
they-
Like, I was thinking of Minotaur, yeah. Like the one from Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I'm thinking of that one. But still, I still
I can only assume the right position.
Very nice.
This is science we're talking about. So, technically physics, yes.
You know what? This.
Are you making some diagrams, Jeff?
She is indeed drawing a diagram.
Carry on, carry on.
Okay. Where was I? Percy gulped at that, and there. There we go. The monster would take what he wanted, then kill him later on. That still sounded better than getting teared apart and ripped in half by that gigantic cock. If he had to die this night, we at least want to enjoy the sex that was about to come first. No one else was here, and no one would know about it, so it didn't matter. He wasn't above begging anymore. Please, you're so big. You would tear me apart with your enormous cock. Please, let me at least prepare myself before you take me. I've never seen such a thick and long cock before. You're so well endowed. I promise I won't fight you if you let me prepare myself before you shove that gigantic cock up my poor virgin tight ass winter lips.
You doing all right, Mark?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I've read worse on the internet.
I know.
I'm not sure fun is the term I would use for that. He looked at the Minotaur with his vulnerable eyes, biting his lips like an insecure virgin. Those acting lessons he had gotten in good high school had come in handy someday. Well, okay, he was an insecure virgin, still. For a split second, the Minotaur forgot how to breathe. The way those white teeth worried the rosy lips, then the innocent look in the sea green eyes, and wandering his hands at the pretty thing, one of them drawing nonsense figures on his torso, while the other wandered down the boy's torso to his tights. Was the vixen playing with him? Not that he had time for such thoughts now, because his mind was locked on one information. Poor virgin. tight ass.
I'm gonna pass on the diagram.
Yes. The vixen was a virgin. We'd be the only one on, above and beneath this planet's surface to feel this tightness. Again, his cock gave a happy twitch. Please, your thick cock would tear me apart. I'm sure it would be more fun if you fit in easier. Can I please prepare my virgin tightness for your enormous cock? Please, begged the hero, his hand stroking his own cock so it would harden. Part of this page is missing.
Oh, well.
Something the Minotaur would be willing to agree with if he had the impression that Percy was willing to. Not that he was all that against it anyway. The Minotaur was a monster, sure, but damn, that was the biggest cock he'd ever seen in his life. I wonder how many he's actually seen. No, wait, I take that back, I don't. Percy had known that he was gay for years now. Being with Annabeth was only because he needed a cover girlfriend. He didn't even be outed in front of everyone. He'd been with Luke, but he was too young back then. And the only things that they had done were jerking each other off in a blowjob. But being a real pulsing cock inside his ass, how much he wanted that for years now. The positive thing was, he'd lose his virginity before he would die. That'd be something. Losing his virginity to such a thickness didn't sound half bad. His own member was now erect too. Just because of the thought of that thought. The thought of this thickness within him. He was sick. Getting so hard, a monster wanted to rape him. He yelped in surprise as something wet and slimy covered his hands and lower body. Blinking in confusion, he looked up and saw who had produced 5...
Wait for it.
Who produced 5-liter containers of lube. Whoever did, they thankfully enough send one to the Minotaur. The monster grunted, annoyed, the bottle in his hand, covering the boy's body and his huge member. Percy blinked again. Did the Minotaur buy lube for this?
I can't subject you guys to any more of that. Like, that was pushing what I could deal with, even. Thank you for sharing.
And we actually reached Jen's limit.
Wow. I'm surprised.
Think about that.
That was funny.
So, who would like to hear Mara Wilson read one?
Sorry, okay. We're gonna go easy on you guys for a minute now. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't think I know this.
Want to read more Homestuck? Hi, be my guest.
What else do you have?
We love you, Mara Wilson.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I loved your reading. Okay, let's see. All right. This is actually not the first time that I've read erotic fan fiction in front of people. I did a Superman erotic hypnosis once. It was not my decision. I was at a show and they were like, Mara, you're gonna read this. And I was like, oh, okay, Superman's at an auction. Interesting. All right. One night, this is Hetalia Axis Powers. One night of the drop of rain.
It was one night dark and a cold very. America, of that is sad, and he was tired. It had also destroyed a war. This one is with false Canada and very tired. England is increased suddenly. Be you okay? That he asked is it Sundere? Sundere. I do not know fixedly, said that America sadly. It turned over to look at the window outside where it rained. I know it will encourage you to better feel, with known as that Great Britain, and they embraced. Popuwa Roshia.
Oh, Jesus.
What does that mean? Do I want to know? Let take your clothing to me. In addition to, said England, America displayed. Yes, it is the sighted America, very good, and cancelled garments of England's equally. It inserted its body into the other one. Is mentioned England, very good. But there was suddenly an impact with the window. They have considered outside. It was Canada. Translation error, said the England in the surprise. I think they wrote this in Japanese and they just put it into Google Translate. A friend did that once. She was trying to write how many times have I told you guys not to fight, and it came out how many times have I told you guys not to pro wrestle. Which sounds better. Which, how many times have I told you guys not to pro wrestle? America, I always loved you, has said Canada. It has obtained within the window. It has begun to face England. Back up Kimwa, America video England in the pain. England wound, known as. No stop of Canada, displayed America with breaks in its eyes. I think that means tears. Maybe tears or tears, yeah. But Canada would not stop. Suddenly by the Kumajiro window imported. What are you here making Matthew known as? Canada now, I must say to you that something said Kumajiro. I am not a bear of the whole except Alaska. I loved of all these years. Why not did you identify her, my love? And then Kumajiro is woman who the joust for becomes suddenly. That was Alaska. I am sad that forgive Canada me please says. I cannot do said to Kumajiro. It bit in the throat. What was in Canada? It took far at night. Through window. England and America were again correct. I'm not sure what that means. You are America, which she admits is as correct. I am very well England, which to be familiar is. They embraced again, and all the good era. And all the good era, everyone.
Okay. I believe that there was a fan in the audience who prepared something and was asking me about reading it. Would you like to share? We would like it if you could share. We wouldn't like it if you sang share, but we would like it if you... Sure thing. It's like PG-13, right? Okay, fair enough, okay. I personally cannot, take any responsibility for what's in this. If you guys want to take over, I actually have to go to the ladies' room.
I should warn you all, those of you with a sensitive nature, there are graphic description of Kawasaki ninjas in this story. My friend Robbie wrote this. He gave it to me. I kind of was a script doctor on it. I did some bits. Then we put it through Google Translate a little bit. And the result is Super Mario Brothers Brother Rescue by Carlos Rescue Thomas. Yes.
I like video games. You keep it.
Chapter 1, one with spelled with a 0. Louis, who is Luigi's brother, was sitting at home in Chicago wafting his soups when a phone call came on the phone, and he picked it up and asked, "Why is this phone?" It's Luigi. Mario is been kidnapped by Browser and must be wrecked soon. Why can't you do it? Because I am ill with tuberculosis. Okay. And off he went, gabbing his silver shirt and gold overall to start on his married adventure and do his brother rescue. Chapter 2. Lewis jumped on his Kawasaki Ninja ZX-14R and poked a wheelie, skidding out of his driveway. As he drove by many people driving Yamahas and called them gay, because Yamamas are gay and because they can't turn left, right, wolf. And all the people got mad at him and they pulled over, so he pulled over and they got in a fight with each other because Yahama drivers don't like be called gay. But Lewis knows the truth about Yahamasa and can fight with tire chain and beat them all with tire chain while doing flips and defeated them. He took a poo in the leader's helmet. With tire chain and got on his Kawasaki Ninja ZX-14R and poked a wheelie as he drove away. Lewis drive fast to Browser's castle but got hungry and stopped at Taco Bell. Chapter 3. Lewis took a left at Browser's castle's driveway and went to back way into Browser's castle because he wanted to sneak into Browser's castle because that way Browser wouldn't know he was coming. He popped a wheelie and broke down Browser's back door, killing a Koopa who was fixing his Yahama bike. But it was taking a while because Yahamas can't be fixed because they're gay and can't turn left right. He poked a wheelie on the Copa shell and suddenly appeared Birdo with nunchucks. Lewis kept his wheelie poked as Birdo swang his nunchuck at Lewis, but Lewis knocked the nunchucks away with his front tire and broke Birdo's hand and made skid marks. Lewis got off his bike and stand next to Birdo, looking down at him as Birdo swung his nunchuck up at him, but Lewis grabbed the nucka and broke in half and threw it away and punched Birdo in the mouth, giving him a bloody lip. Birdo cried and held his mouth as Lewis walked away, looking cool, but Birdo got back and tried to hit Lewis with his nunchucks, but Lewis grabbed them without looking and stabbed Birdo in the box with his nunchucks. Breaking his rib cage and spine in half. Birdo died and fell to the ground dead, coughing up blood as Lewis walked away looking cool again. Browser was fixing his Yahama, which was gay and couldn't turn left right, when Lewis broke down his door with his Kawasaki Ninja ZX-14R with its wheelie poked. He put the wheel down and taunted at Browser. "Give back Mario," he said. "No," said Browser, and grabbed his katana. Lewis grabbed his tire chain and they had a big cool fight in slow-mo with flips like that one part in the movie Sped Racer, except with people and not cars, because cars are gay, but can turn left right because Yahama doesn't make cars. At the end of the fight, Lewis hit Browser in the eye with tire chain and then axe kicked him in the trachea. And killed him. He then went over to Mario and gave him a hand so he could stand up. "Thanks, Lewis, you're pretty cool," Mario said, but before Lewis could say he was cool too, Mario got a shocked look on his face and pointed behind Lewis. Lewis then pulled out a Desert Eagle 357 Magnum and shot Browser in the box without looking and braked his rib cage and spine in half. "No," Browser said and fell done dead for real this time, and in a blood puddle died. "You looked really cool shooting him like that," Mario said with a grin as he leaned in and kissed Lewis. Lewis yelled and pointed his Desert Eagle 357 man gum at Mario. "What the hell?" he said. Mario laughed and took off his mask and revealed he was actually Daisy in disguise. "See, I am Daisy and not Mario because I wanted to dress up for Halloween as Mario because the store was out of silver shirts and gold overalls," she said and blushed as Lewis laughed. You wanted to dress up as me for Halloween, he said. Yes, Daisy said. Then Lewis helped Daisy onto his Kawasaki Kawasaki Nijna, and they made love under the moonlight. Chapter 4. Later, when they were done making love under the moonlight, Lewis looked in his Taco Bell takeout bag and opened his chalupa and said, "Oh no, they forgot my onions." And Daisy and Lewis laughed and laughed. The end. The bit with the box, I think we wrote in the chest, and Google Translate changed that to in the box in all caps.
So we're still not 100% sure when the convention center staff are kicking us out, but why don't we just push the envelope? Why not? Yes?
I have a very short Star Wars fic that I think just needs to be read.
How short?
I'll take it.
Okay, get up here. One of our lovely fans found something that she's going to share with us.
I'm not sure if this is.
Go for it.
So I read this last year.
No problem.
Okay, this is called Exarchon Evil Plan. I'm not even kidding. Yes, this is Star Wars. One day, Zarkum was in a Sith helicran and he was mad. Arg, I girt hardban form intrapediment, said Zar. Then a Star Destroyer came in and Plapitin cone from it. It's Friday, GPTO, gird down Friday, yelled Plapitin the troll. Hey, you keep it down, I tying to sleep, yelled Zar. Who say this axe, Plapitin? It me, said the Seth Hockleron. Then Plapitin unleashed Zar from the triangle. Ah, thanks you, was Dusty in there. And then Zar killed Plapitin and go start destroy Yar. Ah, I must think of plant to take over galaxy, but what? Meanwhile, Han and Leia and Luck and Chewie and C-3PO and R2 was a-flying. Ooh, I hungry, said Hand. I too, said Leia. Me too, said R2. This is number 2s, by the way. Then he get idea, E-Y-E-D-E-A. Idea. Hey there, a fast bud here. Say 3PO. Let go, said Luck. Tay have burgers and fries. Do you have a ketchup? Said Luck, the mysterious man. Zarkon, you is evil active Sith? No, this is my restaurant. It called Exarchon Buggers. Okay, I will eat one and Tay all eat burgers. Hey Han, where the fry sauce is? I don't know, ask Zar. Oh wait, here it is, and R2 put oil on Luck fries. To be continued. Oh my. Now, I have a treat for you guys. Whoever comes up here and reads the next chapter of Homestuck High gets to take home my diagram. Oh, this is hard. This is hard.
He has a great voice.
This is hard. You know what? Get over here. You guys are pretty great. We'll try to make time for you too. Get over here, you. Woo! Unless you guys want to do it together.
Yeah. Can we do multiple?
You guys want to share it?
Yeah, I want to. You don't have to share.
Camp Half-Blood and Stripy Shirt Lady. Get over here! I'm sorry, I don't know what noise that first came from either.
Voices?
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
You asked them.
So here's chapter 3 of Homestuck High. You guys get to fight over this and Hunger Games it out, but we get to keep my diagram.
trying to work that out.
I'll be
I
John.
finished the last boss. I'd really like to see the rest of this. Does anyone happen to have like a spare hotel room space I can split with?
How much money do you have?
We'll pay the equal share.
Okay, if you give me $60, you can crash my hotel.
Okay.
The power of friendship!
Don't steal my friend.
John,
Voice boomed as he hit the floor.
I am the Dark Genie of Precipice Aradia.
Thunder boomed.
We are your friends in grave danger.
She said. Where are you reading from? What do you mean? John said he didn't want any harm to come to Rose. He was worried since they hadn't had sex yet.
She is pregnant with the son of a devil.
Radio boomed as more thunder struck loudly.
And Rose is next!
OMG! John giggled.
You must destroy... Sorry. You must destroy the damned incubes on a night when the moon is full and the spill of his blood onto Jane and make her drink it so it kills the Baba.
But who is the incubes? John demolished as he clenched his fists. A radio glowed.
You must find out for yourself, John. Unleash the power from within and do not let the demon taint your Rose, or she will wilt.
She handed him 2 plastic horns.
When you put these on, you will turn into my faithful demon slayer, Aradin.
She magistrated.
He will serve you well.
Okay.
John said, and he woke up.
Oh, you're okay.
Rose said, and she hugged John.
What happened?
John elaborated as Dave hugged him next. Dave raged.
Dark magic came out of your McDonald's burger and found its way to your soul.
How? John demanded.
We do not yet know.
Rose clemenced.
We think that by eating it, it disrupted the forces within your purities.
Oh my god.
John said seriously. The next day at school, the group sat in a dark corner away from everyone else as Hay tried to think what happened to John. But John knew that deep down, there was a demon after Rose's ovaries.
That's how I feel
He couldn't bear the thought of his love falling to such a trap.
Maybe it was just food poisoning.
Ferrari helped.
No, my legs began to shake with the need I had forgotten when I was the black aroma.
Tarbo said. Where are Jade? Rose asked. Dave began to cry into Tarbo's shoulder. John had a feeling in his gut that this was not a God sign.
She cheated on me with the college guy.
He moaned into Tarbo's. He was so upset. OMG, Dave, Riska purred as she pulled his face into her boobs. Dave cried into them instead.
John, we need to talk.
Rose announced. I can't. No, it's Hale.
Or got up and went to a private part of the school where no one could see or hear them.
John had a feeling that he would be getting lucky,
Some people call
as
it.
some people call it, but he knew he had to be careful. He couldn't risk getting his Rose pregnant where the consequences would be fatality. Fatality! John, Rose moaned, will you be my boyfriend?
Okay.
John said.
So you will have sex with me since that's the people do when they go out.
Rose said. John could not resist those gigantic bosoms in that tight school top were begging him to rip it off right here and plant his seed deep inside of her.
I do not know, Rose.
John manifested.
Maybe we should wait.
I am tired of waiting for you, John. I want you to
John teared open the girl's school shirt and her boobies came springing out into a wave of bounciness. They were like those bouncy balls, only they were softer. He ripped off her skirt and looked at her panties. There was water already dripping from her pant knees, and her thighs were wet. He took off his trousers and then ripped her panties into two, feeling how wet they were in between his hands. More water began leaking out of her flower while she moaned. She took off her bra and then pulled out John's hard member and pressed it to her sacred area. Put it in me, Johnny! She cried loudly.
Okay.
John said as he put her shaft into her tight hole. It was hot and wet inside. She began orgasming and making sexual animal noises. Oh, John! Pull it in a little deeper! Oh, exclamated. She clawed his back like a tigress in heat, and John continued to deflower his sweet rose. He already felt close to consummating their love with his seed. He could feel the water flowing out of her and onto the floor beneath him. How did he get that far? Oh God, it made him want to drink it all up and feed it to her. He could not control himself any longer, and they came together in one giant orgasm. John! She moaned as he came deep within her cavern, her flower oozing with the white liquid as he pulled out of her.
No, John, Rose.
Jade's loud cry mewled. They turned their sweaty heads to see Jade struggling in the grasp of a man who looked more evil than any other man they had seen. His aura emitted a dark energy that made the clouds come together and boom lightning.
Now that Rose has been given the seed, I can plant my spawn.
Evil man yelled.
Solux, it hath been a while.
Targos trembled as he, Fafari, Dave, Briska, and Gamzee all came running up to the area.
John, use the power of my demon slayer to help Jade.
John heard Radia's voice call. He reached into his pockets and pulled out the plastic horns and stuck them into his head. He felt himself morphing into a different being until he was no longer John, but a purple-capped man with thick-rimmed glasses.
Solux!
John's now deep, arid voice boomed.
It's time to duel!
It's time to
Yeah, no, that's it.
That's
I
it?
think. Yep.
All right.
No, it's not. More.
No, it's the end of the chapter, not the end of the story, people.
What about Dave?
Hopefully we'll have time for more of this thrilling tale, but there's a good man here named Nick who has volunteered himself to read the grossest thing I have on the table.
Read the terrible thing.
No, dude, let's just read it.
So anyways, Mabel and Gruckle Stan went to the diner while Dipper tried to find the Taco Bell. He had brought with him his book and a couple of bucks. But finding the Taco Bell was harder than he had previously thought. He'd been looking around town for what seemed like days. The Misteru book wasn't helping him either, until he saw a flicker of a sign in the forest. He went into the forest. Why would there be a Taco Bell in the forest? Dip asked himself. After hiking for an hour, Dipper finally got to the Taco Bell, but it sure didn't look like any Taco Bell he'd ever seen. It was surrounded by a barrage of giant oak trees in an open field. Completely different from the rugged terrain of the Oregon forest. The open field was covered with at least 3 layers of pine needles, which got the attention of Dipper. He stuck his hand into the pine needles. Ow! Dipper shouted. A pine needle poked him. It hurts. The restaurant, Taco Bell, looked like a silo. Sort of. Well, it was very cylindrical. The outside had rusty picnic tables. It looked like no one had used them at all. Dipper walked up to the restaurant's door. Should I go in there? Dipper asked himself. I'm starting to have second thoughts. Why is there a small, desolate Taco Bell in this forest miles from the nearest road? But I guess it's my only option. Mabel and Grunkle Stan are probably done with lunch right now. And they were. Mabel wondered why Dipper hadn't come back yet, but Grunkle Stan didn't give a damn. So Dipper entered the restaurant, but he was relieved to see that the interior was normal, except for its high ceiling. There were also no customers inside, but Dipper thought that was normal considering the franchise was so isolated. He went up to the counter. There was only one cashier working registers, a very old, slightly deaf, bored out of his skull cashier. Dipper decided that he wanted to order. Then he approached the register. Excuse me, we only got tacos! The cashier answered. Okay, I guess I'll have a taco then, Diaper said. What did you say? I said I wanted a taco! Okay then, the cashier said. Then went back for a few minutes. When he came out, he was carrying Dipper's taco. That'll be $1, the cashier said. Dipper gave him the money and went to sit down at the least grimiest table. He bit into the hot, spicy, juicy taco filled with thick, pure meat, mild, tantalizingly black beans, and sour, fluffy sour cream. He enjoyed every single bite of that perfectly cooked taco and still tasted it in his mouth after he swallowed. But as he was about to bite into it a second time, he felt a churning movement inside his body. Something that he'd felt often. Uh-oh, Dipper said, and rushed to find the lavatory.
Oh
no! Man, that really went through me, Dipper said to himself. For some reason, the bathrooms were hidden in a corner, far from the counter, and far from the table he was sitting at. When he walked in, he found that the bathroom was surprisingly clean, for a fast food restaurant anyway. And Dipper found this suspicious. All of the stalls were full, and no one was using the urinals. But right on cue, someone walked out of the stalls. Dipper didn't pay much attention to who was walking out, but he was wearing all black, and he had a plastic bag with him. Dipper just had to go. Unfortunately, he didn't make it in time. He checked his pants and found the worst of all. Diarrhea! He said, yeah! He was about to leave the stall when he noticed a bulge in his pants. Oh God, why?
I'm not.
Does this even need to go on?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna confess something to you guys. The name of that fanfiction was Dipper Goes to Taco Bell, and That is about as far as I was willing to read because it gets into like.
It gets worse. It gets better?
There's some really fucked up
The worse it gets, the
fetishy.
Grabbed another, and another, and another. He was getting more aroused by consuming the cum, and he released another load.
It gets worse. There's consumption of bodily fluids and cannibalism. Even I have my limits, and I just thought, you know what? That's not fair to you guys. So I just thought I'd end it when it got interesting. If you're morbidly curious, you can find it on fanfiction.net. It's called Dipper Goes to Taco Bell, and it's written by author named Gravity Fucks. So I personally reached my limit and decided to end it where you guys could use your imagination. And now I will cleanse that with more Homestuck High. Now, chapter 4. Yes. Just when all hope was thought to be lost, Eridan took out his deadly weapon known as the Almighty Demon Troll and began to rock out on it so the noise would distract Solix, which it did, and he let go of Jade and she came running over to them. Not a single bit of punctuation in that entire sentence. Thank you so much, John, she exclaimed. My name is Eridan. John is no longer part of this body, but exists now within Hell's wretched flames, Eridan spoke. Oh, okay, Jade said and walked over to Dave. So, Solix begins as he took out his own instrument, the dark and almighty Red Tooth, which was an old wooden violin, and began to fight back against Eridan. You are challenging me to a duel. You will not win it, Eridan ejaculates as he plucks the guitar harder. Phrasing. You will not win over my wrath, and you will not take these chicks back to your castle within the dark clouds to create the next evil dark overlord. Then if I lose the battle, you must hand over to me Rose and Jade, so I may plant the dark spawn within them to create the ultimate power, Solix suggested. Both demons began to rock out on their instruments, and a clash of white and black aroma smashed together within the space between them as they battled it out. They began to sweat. It was a tough duel, but Eridan did a triple 80 and knocked out Solix back flying. Well done, Eridan! Everyone on Eridan's side cheered. What else? Eridan said, putting his guitar into his pocket. I'm not drawing any more diagrams. Use your imagination.
Hammer space, yeah.
Thank you. Solix walked away in defeat, but he'd need be back. They all knew it. Eridan took off his horns, and John returned. What happened? John ingurgitated. Is that a word? You turned into a super awesome demon called Eridan, and you battled that Solix guy to protect me and Jade. Rose bubbled. Oh, okay, John said. Let's go to class, Gamzee cornered. I smell a war coming, Tarvos warned. I do not like this. Be careful, John M. boy. The next day, Rose came over to John bubbling with news. John, guess what? She said. What? John said. We're going to have a baby, she cried. That's great, John said as he hugged her tightly. He always wanted to be a, what's going on? Dave, I'm not kidding, they literally forgot to finish that sentence. Like, it's just, always wanted to be a, like, they don't even, what's going on? Dave inquisited. Rose is going to have a baby, John said proudly. Dave smiled. But wait, what about Solix and the Dark Swarm? Don't worry about that right now. We must celebrate, Rose manufactured. Okay, Dave said. We got about 20 minutes left, depending on when they kick us out. Okay. if you would like, I think that Mr. Chimaera has another special treat for us.
Okay, I have an announcement. I'm writing a new Peter Chimaera book. Peter Chimaera book of erotic fanfiction. I finally caved in. Who would like to read one of the stories in it?
Yes!
I only have 2 here right now. Who should I pick? You already had a turn.
Who should we pick? Who of you guys has ligers as your favorite animal?
What?
I got rock, paper, scissors, so that might be fair. But we have another one. Okay, you're adorable. Can you please just come up here? Oh my gosh, you're so look at her! No, look at this! Oh my goodness! How are you real? Okay. Do the thing, Bridget.
With the thing.
Alice in Wonderland.
Do it the correct way.
Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not. I'm nervous for us.
Alice was Walker into a bed. So the guy. Alice was Walker into a bedroom with her friend, the White Rabbit, said to her, "You are 18 years old now that you have turned 18." And she said, "Yes, I am. I am ready to have sex."
This is the best day ever!
2 days later, she was out shopping, and it was nothing wrong of the ordinary when she tapped a walk and cross and Leftingfield where she saw Link. "Hello to have met you here," he said with him talking at her voice. "Well, hello, you are quite handsome." "That is good," Link agreed. "Are you drunk?" They both laughed because it was not drunk and was just a joke that they laughed at because, haha, you are so be funny. Later they were at Link's home and no one was home, and so Link went to get some water to drink for her but only had prune juice. So Alice took off all her clothes and Link inserted his ear into her vagina. "Oh, you are doing it to me so excellently." Link took out in flour and brushed it lightly against her breast, then put it to her face. Alice took a big bite of eating. "How does the flour taste, Alice in Wonderland?" "It tastes so good, Link." But Link got a flower stuck in its beard. Uh-oh, Link said. What a clumsy. In instance, Alice was on top of her and she touched Link's hair. Link was smiling, put off her clothes, and she was naked, but then there was a loud crash. "Okay, we have to find out what noise." "Good idea," Link said to her new girlfriend, and they took out their binoculars to look at the noise. It is big machines come from outer space, so they fought the robots who transformed into a hovercraft with plasma lasers, and Link had to block it off with her special helmet. The plasma lasers bounced off the helmet and blew up the orphanage. "Oh, too bad," Alice said screamingly. We will have to fix the orifice later," Link said, and she used the helmet again to block the lasers. And this time blew up the roboters, so they exploded a chain reaction of blowing each other up so hard that they exploded bigger. "Link, you are a good lover, but let it take it slower this time." "That is a good idea," and they decide to waiting before they have any more sex, and then Link had to move away because Link's parents moved out of Wonderland. 3 months later, Link came back and Alice was waiting in a dress that Link had made out of a tree. "You
remembered, and then they stayed up all night and watched a rainbow sunrise and had tongue kissing naked and then a Snickers. The end. No.
And then
What does this say? I'm sorry, what does it say right here? Long John? Okay, Long John. Long John Silver sat in a captaining chair and awaits the command of his pirates to come running to him so fast all of the time. Captain Silver, you must come recklessly. There is prisoner. Long John put on his gun and came to see was beautiful pirate woman. Ha, what have you come on and board my ships? Pirate woman had long hair. Long John, you have saved my life many long time ago when we were at a battle against a British fight ship. That is happened very long time ago. Long John scratched at his head with pirate glove. If you remember me? Okay, but you must wait in my bedrooms in case of lying. He took into his room of sleeping. Inside his room was much golds and treasuring objects. Beautiful pirate woman wanted to take some, but not so fast. Lone Joan called him co-aperture master. Where is our danger? Yes, Captain, we are in the seas of combat. An enemy pirate ship want to take our treasure. Prepare the combat, and Long John took out his cutlass and dogged 100 cannonballs. You cannon the great captain, cheered the pirates, but the pirates shot more at the pirates. I will defeat you, he stabbed at 20 guys, and then beautiful pirate prisoner will learn I am called Long John. But maybe she would find it sexy joke. Avast! Came a loud cracking like lightning across Long John's face. It was like electricity explosion of great hurt. Ow, my entire eyes! Came to save him by blowing up enemy ship. What happened to? Enemy pirates have the lightning gun. Long John went back into his hole, and pirate woman Jonka was waiting naked on his bed. What you is survived? She smiled lookfully. Ha! Long John took off his pants. But wait, he said. What is the correct? Long John thinks his head. Pirates must have gotten lightning gun from scientists. So John and Pirate Woman went to check out the clues, and Theory found a laboratory of so much science. A science pirate saw that and tried to gun out of his lab coat. Not so smart, John pulled out of his scabbard and stabbed the 30 pirates that were guarding the gun. We have to destroy this is the only way. World is too early to have lightning gun. So Long John tried to put bomb in it, but the pirate boss Scott the bomb and threw it away the shop. My name is Pirate Boss John Andrews, and my invention will rule the pirates. My name is also John, but I am Long John Silver, and this is my pirate Jonka. She is from Africa. John Andrews got angry and ordered the cannon. Shits. True dodge, but Long John jumped through the cannon to trick it so cannon shot at John Andrews and blow them both to sky hard. The ship sank and only beautiful woman pirate Jonka survived the mess. Long John was the best pirate, she claimed. I will always remember him of my uterus. Author's note, Jonka is pregnant with Long John's baby, the end.
Here you go, my friend. And I believe that concludes the 2013 ConBravo Bad Fanfiction Show. Thanks so much, guys.
If anyone wants some Peter Chimaera books, I will be at the signing tables on Sunday. throwing that out there. And this book will soon be on peterchimaera.com, so keep an eye out.
This man is the voice of our generation, okay?
We are all doomed.
He needs a Nobel Prize. What do you guys think? I'm rarely wrong, so I know these things. Thank you guys so much. I just want to give a big, huge thank you to everybody who came up and endured all of the horrible things I found on the internet. Some of this stuff even I didn't expect. A lot of the stuff I actually don't read beforehand because I like having the same experience as you guys. So this really has been and always is a real trip. And it's amazing that people are entertained and can come together because of this. It kind of just started as something I did for laughs, and I'm actually really kind of humbled by the fact that people are able to be made happy because of this, and that's really cool. I'm not crying, you're crying.
Love you, Jen.
Did anybody else need to get anything off their chest?
Well.
No,
Thank you.